is The Early Show on CBS.
She'll be with the help behind the stage, Dave Price, after these messages in your local news.
This portion of the early... You know what? We are going to take you behind the scenes to see what it's like to put together one of those big rock shows, and we're going to take you on stage, too, to see the pressure of performing. All coming up in just a little while, but first, Harry and Renee and Julie, let's take a look and see what's happening all around the country. We're in Atchison, Kansas, right to the West Coast.
Dave finds out what it's really like to be a rock and roll roadie. It's a good look. And in our next hour, we're going to sit down with the boys in the band and find out what they're up to these days. And Ethan Hawke stops by with a preview of his new movie, Before. Well, if you're big and strong and have multiple body piercings, perhaps you too could be a rock and roll roadie. And Dave Price, our Dave, went behind the scenes with one of the classic rock and roll bands of all time. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning, Harry. How many times have you wanted to say, you know what? I'm with the band. I'm going backstage. Well, that's exactly what we did just last weekend. 14 hours putting together a show and then being in it. It's what it's like to be a rock and roller. Take a look. The Roadies' Day starts early. 12 hours to turn an empty stage into a rock and roll dream.
Where's our roadie? I haven't seen him yet. We're going to start without him. I can't wait.
There are no excuses, even though the traffic really was awful on Route 80.
Oh, you're so late.
I know. I forgot my easy pass.
You know what the rule is over here?
No.
Let me tell you.
What is it?
You set yourself on fire the night before.
Right.
I want you smoldering on the loading dock. Get loaded. All right, now go with Doug over here and you can start working. See ya. Have a nice day.
Things move at a lightning pace, and if you don't watch it, you're injured. Ow!
I think I got a splinter.
I found out pretty quickly that rock and roll is a labor of love, heavy on the labor.
Oh my God!
Road guys speak to each other.
Yeah.
The big bravado phrase is, how many trucks do you got on
So how many
tour?
trucks you got on the tour?
We got 12 out there. 12 53-foot tractor trailers full of gear, top to bottom.
And I helped unload almost every one of them.
Sound guys, you're up. Truck 7, stage left dock.
Unloading one of these trucks is like working out in the gym for 2 weeks straight. Stay hydrated. So you wonder what all of that equipment looks like once it's out of the trucks and on stage? Well, we're at that point right now. But in just a little while, probably about 8 hours from now, Aerosmith is going to be on this stage, and all this equipment is going to be hanging from up there. What is this?
That's one of the bras from one of the shows.
This is support from fans like I've never seen before. Within 6 hours, everything's ready. All that's necessary are technical checks. Sibilance. Check, check. How? Yeah! I'm so stoked. What are you looking at? It's music. I felt like a rock and roller, but something was still missing. So in order to really look the part tonight, what do I need to do?
We need to get you tattooed, rip off these sleeves, dirty up your hands.
Do-rag?
Do-rag.
All right, let's do it.
Not only did I look the part, I really felt it. All right, let's go. Sound check time. Come on. I am with the band! The only ingredients we still needed, the crowd and the band. I always wanted to say this. I'm with the band.
Have fun. Thank you.
You all set? You ready to go?
All right, man. Let's rock and roll. I need some water. Go get me some water. Fine. I need some water.
Finally, it's showtime.
Can you believe this? I'm a roadie with Aerosmith.
It doesn't get better than this. This was no movie. This was my life. Now, I guess I really did a good job as a roadie, because look at this. I was living my own rock and roll dream. It didn't have to end that way. I mean, it didn't have to end that way. I don't know what happened there at the end, because I was really in some sort of, groove. And I will have you know, to celebrate, I don't know what you guys are laughing at.
Well, no, it's clearly some horrible miscommunication.
No, you were not in a groove. You were in a rut, my friend.
I don't know. You know what, Renee? It just so happened he was taking me to another gig.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah. Why isn't you the only roadie whose tattoos were running?
Well, that's true, but you know what? I'll show you my piercing when I get back to the studio.
No.
You know, our entire audience will look forward to you sharing that with us.
All right, guys, I'll see you soon.
All right. Thanks, Dave. Coming up next in a...